you okay, family? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ms Z Mavumengwana and this is You Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A warm welcome to the people that have recently joined us. We welcome you. Our family is a very warm family, a very inclusive family, a family that is so respectful and warm of one another. That is told to me by how open everybody is comfortable being in the comment section, how it's okay for people to affirm and comfort one another, and I've never had to call anyone out. I've never had to scold and block anyone. That tells me that I've found such a great deal of resonance between the people that are attracted to me and the people that I'm designing the content for. Actually, as time goes by this year, I'm not sure when, but I'm contemplating doing a video that seeks to introduce myself to you guys. I know for relationships to be healthy and mutually beneficial, there's an element of reciprocity that is necessary, and self-disclosure is a big part of that, that you feel like you know who you're talking to. As I follow you on your socials and I talk to you on the channel, I'm beginning to have a taste of who's who, the kind of things that they likely to say. And I know I'm a bit neutral to most people, especially people that don't have close proximity to me either on WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter and whatever. So I'm going to do that on this platform. I'm open to suggestions. The channel is not autobiographical, so I'm not continuously going to be talking about myself and what I do. So I want to have a package that is comprehensive enough that it doesn't have to be a thing that we do all at the time. So you can drop your suggestions, and over time I will talk to the team and we'll brainstorm a get to know me video. We probably won't call it that, but yes, you get the picture. Talking about relationships, that is what we are doing today. Today's topic is of better benefit to relationship spaces, and this is utterly significant because relationships and relationship experiences account for such a large part of our relationship experiences, and coming to think of it, it's very fundamental and significant because we've actually never existed out of relationships. As soon as you are born into a relationship. Your livelihood is dependent on that relationship for feeding, for changing, for comfort, for nurturing, for security. All things that are necessary for infant survival can actually only be obtained in a relationship. And from that, as you are gaining your autonomy and independence, you are still existing in relationships. Who are the other people in the family? When you start to have peers and friends, who are your friends? Who's your community? Who's your cousins? When you begin school, who's your teacher? Who's your class teacher? Who are your classmates? So relationships are, we can't remove ourselves from them. So how we behave in relationships, how we communicate our needs in relationships, and how well those relationships can meet our needs is fundamental to our overall life satisfaction. So if we are leaning back to a place of being okay again, we can never exclude significance of relationships. And today we are doing relationship security, feeling secure in relationships. What is feeling secure in relationships? Because relationships are riddled with insecurity, and that seeks to a fundamental part then that isn't being met. And we've got needs as human beings that we aren't very good at meeting on our own, that need the actual relationship, to meet them for us. And security can be one of those. And security in relationships isn't big. It's in everyday little blocks that cultivate a confidence to the people that are in the relationship to think, I can find safety in this. My vulnerability is safe here. And essentially that is the long and short of relationship security, that I feel safe here. And that doesn't just talk to physical safety. That speaks to holistic safety, that me at my core and my fragility is okay in your hands. And obviously the fundamental prerequisite for that is for the other person you're in relationship with to have the capacity to contain that. This is why people seek therapy. This is why people come to see us psychologists, because there is a wisdom and a capacity that is stated about this person to be able to hold this. That is one thing that we meet very, very well for patients. Security. You are presumed to be a secure individual. You are stable. You won't crumble under the rawness of who I am. It's something that you can hold. And therefore it is very, very important in relationships for two people to be healthy, so that both of them can find security in one another. It doesn't mean people must be perfect, but it means people must be stable and healthy, because it speaks to your capacity to be able to hold the fragility, rawness, and vulnerability of another. And if you're compromised, then you can't do that for another person, not adequately and not fulfillingly. So that's very, very important, to continuously make yourselves individually better for your relationship. The better you are as individuals, the more potent and strong and inspiring you are to be able to be trusted with someone else's life, thoughts, emotions, etc. etc. And little things make the subjective confidence better. Things like validation, where your day-to-day experiences confirm that how you are feeling is indeed true and your experiences are matched. This is why communication is the leading thing that is recommended for relationships, because people can't read your mind. That is the biggest limitation of relationships. There's two people whose minds and thoughts are enclosed to themselves, and we're playing this game of trying to estimate them and meet them. Needs you can't read, but your job is to meet them. So this is why communication is necessary, and in there we can find opportunities to validate security, validate one another's experiences, to continuously engage that which I'm thinking, is it so? How can we better adjust our experiences to match what I'm thinking, to match how I'm feeling? So communication and validation is important. When you're feeling off, communicate. Is there a reason in the atmosphere that would cause me to be feeling off? When I'm feeling imbalanced and insecure, this is how I'm feeling. And hopefully when you are dealing with a stable person that is attuned to your needs, attunement is significant in relationship security. You'll always be insecure if you are my guy, they're not attuned to you. Of course, you hold the honors to communicate that, but it makes you so secure when you feel like, hey man, they're matching me step for step. Frequency, A1. Right, and they put effort to address the real emotion that I'm experiencing. That is attunement, where you feel like that which is going on and that which the way they are responding matches. And people can't do that. As my guy, and then they are misattuned because to meet this need of mine, that is what I need. That is the experience that I need. So that ongoing inquiry. Yes, that is the word. A phenomenological inquiry to understand the phenomena the other person is going through is necessary in relationships. Have a space where you are generally, casually, conversationally, always inquiring about the experience of one another. And the more of friends you become in a relationship, the more this is in heavy, the more you go, let's talk, that we're in a constant exchange of our experiences, and when I care enough about you, I'll do something about that, and that increases how attuned I'm likely to be because I know you so well. Chocolate ice cream, silent treatment, because we've engaged so often in our ongoing inquiry, and it's bettering my chances of being attuned to the different things that you are feeling. And the more a person can predict you, the more confident you are that they know you. You are safe here. My emotions are safe here. My vulnerability is safe here. I don't have to be guarded. I don't have to be cautious. I don't have to be strong all the time. Then you can let your guard down. Boundaries are another thing that is important for relationship security. As a perimeters, in here, the resources of our relationship are protected. Boundaries as a poor relationship because they threaten the subjective confidence. Contract because lack of boundaries start to include other people. A person that is poorly boundaried threatens the security and understanding you have between them, because my medium of understanding is just between me and you. This contract, this ongoing discussion that me and you have. And poor boundaries open it up to other influences, other people, and then it starts to be diluted. And then people start feeling insecure. Because this you that I know, it's different when in combination with that and that and that. So boundaries, where this is where our relationship resources end, and no one has access to that. This is why it's important for hierarchy. Have you ever seen how people in relationships like exclusivity? That I'm not saying other people shouldn't be important to you, but I want to feel I am more important. And that's important. That is boundaries. That the rest of you are important, but our is protected in sacred space. So boundaries are perimeters of safety. And things that don't have boundaries feel threatening and unsafe for us. Where you don't know, where do my secrets stop, ubazi protected? My weaknesses, my insecurities, the things that I'm battling with, where do we end? Then you share less of yourself because it doesn't feel containing. Make attempts to make your relationship boundaried, and you will enjoy the highest satisfaction you have ever experienced, because then people are secure. Security is important, and security speaks to a conviction that you won't humiliate me, a conviction that you won't embarrass me, a conviction that you won't hurt me, at least not intentionally, a conviction that I'm safe in all ways. I'm safe to bring myself as I am to this space. A total acceptance. Compliments build relationship security. That affirmation of how much impact you make makes one feel important, feel impactful, feel like they make a contribution to your life that you don't want to lose. Iyazinzisa, knowing what impact you play. It communicates the other's need of you. I want you here. I need you here. Your being here is important to me. Sharing this generously to another gives them confidence. And this, in combination with good communication, in combination with good boundaries, in communication with lovely experiences that you share, intimacy, because that's the limitation in the relationships, that there's more than one person involved. Now, the confidence people feel and the arrogance that they feel when they know, I love you. The fact that you don't know that is not my problem. Because me, I'm convicted that I haven't done anything wrong, I haven't mistreated you, I don't cheat on you, I don't violate our relationship boundaries. And they think, why did the relationship crumble? Because I did everything right. It's always the other person's experience of you as well. And I hope your partners as well can get to a place of being able to clearly communicate insecurity by not assigning blame, because insecurity is also a subjective feeling, that I'm feeling insecure. It's not an accusation that the other person did something wrong. It's a subjective feeling that there's something that has moved. There is a need of mine that isn't being met, that is important for me to feel secure. What did the person do? Isolated to just one thing. Globally, you make me feel insecure. What is that? What is globally you make me feel insecure? What is that? And it can be little things as someone storming out when you're emotional, that they shut down. I can't deal with you. Now, someone not being able to receive your affective state makes you feel like they don't have the strength to carry you. Ingati, you are not allowed to be you. Now, I'm not saying you must tolerate your abuse, guys. Don't throw tantrums and throw things and objects at people. But that calm and ease of a person when you are offering an affective state and they can carry it and they don't crumble, and it gives you permission for fullness of experiences and says you are safe here. So I hope people can learn to communicate their insecurity, that when you stormed out on me, I felt dismissed. And I feel like now I'm kind of not allowed to be emotional. Again, I'm too much for you, or you don't appreciate that about me. Then they start feeling like maybe the love is conditional and. So you must always isolate it to a particular thing so that the other person doesn't feel accused and doesn't feel like globally you are insecure. Prior injury can also be a reason for insecurity. Things that have nothing to do with this relationship. But because we are growing and evolving, we're migrating with histories from other relationships, you may have a prior injury where you're like, that's a red flag for me. I know in principle there's nothing wrong with that, but the last time I saw that was dangerous for me. The last time someone started being secretive with their cell phone. So of course, protecting the boundaries of your phone doesn't mean you are cheating. But for someone that has a prior injury, they may very well want to communicate the reason for their insecurity, that I've got a prior injury. Can you be generous? Also, when you're a person that battles with insecurity, so it's important to make generous assumptions about people. Whenever you are rattled, ask yourself, what is the most generous way I can interpret this? Don't start with the worst case scenario. Start with the best case scenario. You know, when you start with best case, because you didn't jump to the bad thing. You thought well and well and well. And therefore you start to know, something here is off. So I hope you begin to understand how important safety is. It's the foundation of everything else. Before I can make you experience other things, do I feel safe enough to do so? And I hope you can audit yourself and ask your partner, do you feel safe in my presence? And that our relationship space can be a place we look forward to for comfort, for peace, for sustenance, for strength to go ahead and face the world again. And that takes collaboration, ongoing communication, and auditing yourself and making yourself better so you can be a safe candidate to hold one another. Now imagine a safe candidate pairing up with another safe candidate. Only great things can happen there. security is important. Conviction that you won't abandon me, you won't ridicule me, you won't let me down, not intentionally. That's important. And there's things that enhance it, and talk to your partner. There is nothing that will enhance this as an ongoing inquiry. How do you perceive security? How do I best make you feel secure? Are my ways your ways? Are you reading this the way that I'm intending? And the more it happens, the more conversational and light it becomes, and soon it becomes a norm and a culture. But if you feel fundamentally insecure, the rest of the stuff about the relationship is very unlikely to go well. It doesn't matter the potential of the two people. You gotta feel safe enough to do so. Thank you. Thank you. Bye guys. I'll see you next Tuesday.